humble if I were to come across something as wonderful as that. Lord, I see what you do for
Scholars. Listen,
I see what he do for others, son.
I'm blessed.
Yes,
I'll say that.
Yes, I'm happy for you, sir.
Listen, I want to, before we start everything on this episode, accept your blessings, live a peaceful, fruitful life.
Namaste.
Don't let others get you to a point of anger all the time. I was having the conversation with one of our other bros. Shout out to Jeff. Jeff was on the first episode of season 2.
Yeah, that's right. He did come through. Yeah, I remember that.
Shout out to Jeff. Me and him was having the conversation. We didn't finish that conversation, but by the time this airs, we should finish that conversation.
By then, everything will be hashed out. Okay.
But I told Jeff straight up that you two, Dante and Jeff, put me in a place to where I don't get as riled up as I usually did when I have conversations about stuff that I'm really passionate about. Now, granted, there are some things that do call for that energy.
Yeah, call the arms, if you will.
If we're talking about football, those are you're allowed to do that.
Yeah, you're allowed to go off the handle. Yeah,
because typically men know that, we're just talking shit and it's not going to be.
Now, forget physical. That's a whole other conversation.
But it's usually, it's almost never.
I mean, maybe when we were younger.
Yeah.
I've rarely seen a grown ass man really get into a fight over
Truth be told, I would never. And I know how to diffuse it. Like, for example, I was at the Jets game on Sunday. And we were sitting right next to Steelers fans. Ooh. And we were talking shit, but every third shit talk, I would dap them up so they can understand it's friendly banter.
It's just talking shit.
It's just talking shit. And I wish you well, because these motherfuckers not paying us to be mad at each other.
Yeah.
And once I dapped them up, they started to realize it, because the one I was sitting close to, I can see in his bro's face I was sitting next to him, he wasn't for it. But once he realized I was on like the friendlier side of it, he started getting into it.
Back, okay.
And I'm like, all right, so this is cool. And then, we left the stadium that day with a couple of people who follow the page now. So shout out to y'all.
Yeah, what's up, son? Welcome to class.
Yeah. But I try not to go on the deep end as much as I used to, as far as always spazzing out on people, because you truly don't know what people experiences are, and you also are not with them for them to know what they know about the world or certain situations. Typically, we start these episodes off with us asking each other how we are. I want to hijack that right now.
That's fair. I guess it's fair. We'll see if it's fair.
I'm going to hijack that right now because the world's crazy right now. The world is crazy right now, and
yeah.
For those who aren't aware, our social media pages, I would say about 98% of the posting on those pages.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
But I also have to be mindful that I can't just post things without putting to light that it's me doing it most of the time, because I don't want to ever put you in a position to make it seem like I'm speaking for you. So prior to us starting this episode, I did apologize to Dante. I also apologize to Marv and Bravery Studios, because their opinions are not my opinions. I want to put that out there. Now, granted, there are some things we do all agree on, but I should never put them in the position to feel like I'm speaking for them. Now, I bring that up because yesterday was a really crazy day. There was another mass shooting in a school in Colorado. If I'm not mistaken, 3 people plus the shooter themselves were shot.
Yeah.
So prayers out to them. On top of that, at the same time, conservative political influencer Charlie Kirk was shot and killed in Utah at an event that he was holding on the first stop on his current college tour. Just call it what it is. I've had choice words for Charlie Kirk a lot prior to this happening to him. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Charlie Kirk was a racist person. Charlie Kirk would tell you he was a racist person. He did not hide his racist views. What Charlie Kirk would often do was hide his racism behind his Christianity. So for the folks who aren't into politics, which I don't understand, because how could you not be into something that's going to fully affect how you are able to operate freely? That's another conversation.
It's like I think in that aspect, it's kind of like the Wizard of Oz. Like you know that there's something behind the curtain.
Yeah.
But you'd rather just see the wizard because, like, it's a lot easier to just deal with the wizard. Like, I know that there's someone back there controlling the wizard.
Yeah.
But then I got to figure out, like, well, why are you doing it? And then I got to do research if you're a good person to be behind the wizard. Some people just, I'm cool with the wizard. That's fine. Like, whatever the wizard is, that is. You know, that's just some people.
Yeah, and it is what it is. And that's a great example, an analogy towards that, because that's ultimately what it is. Charlie Kirk will constantly be posting his ideologies as far as following Jesus, following the Bible, walking in the light of the Lord. Mm-hmm. But he will also post about how he feels as if black and brown people are inferior, how we're violent, how we are causing most of the destruction in this country. How, and these are all things that he's quoted on saying.
These are not made up. These aren't fabrications or defamations.
I can literally post videos of him saying these things. How he truly believes that post pre-1940 and before the civil rights movement, and then going as far as back as slavery, he feels like black people need to get back to that because we were less violent. These are things he actually said.
Yeah, he said he didn't think the civil rights movement should even happen.
Yo, he does that. He also posted a video in June of this year, on Juneteenth, basically saying Juneteenth is a made-up holiday. We shouldn't celebrate it. He's going to work. It shouldn't be a federal holiday. There's another video of him having a conversation with a German man at one of his college tours. And the guy announces that he's German. So Charlie Kirk then speaks to this man in German, but then uses a German term that's illegal to use in Germany because it's a Nazi term. The German man recognizes it and immediately shuts it down because Germans of today's world,
they don't play that.
They don't play that shit. Yeah. They hate it because Hitler put such a strain on what people think that they are. They did the right thing. They speak on it and they put it out there so people could understand how bad it was so it could never happen again. America doesn't do that. We try to hide and mask our history so it can keep repeating itself so the people who are on top already can stay on top. So it then bothers me when people who look like us then argue with me or come at my neck sideways because I'm now posting things about Charlie Kirk that's not. I will never, listen, before I get into that, what happened to that man was horrible. I saw that video before it got edited and clipped up.
Yeah.
That shit was bad.
Yeah, we were just talking about this, like, off camera. Like, I don't care. I disagree with a lot of things that just go on in general. Yeah. The last thing, because, yes, some of the things, if not all of the things that he said were very, to me, wild statements. But to go out and unalive someone, because, you know, we got to say, you can't say it a certain way, but to really go through with that, it's like, I wouldn't wish that on nobody. Like,
and especially not
I wouldn't wish that on nobody.
Definitely not in that fashion because he suffered.
And now, not only that, you created a traumatic event for a lot of other people.
And on top of that,
there's a lot of layers to this. It's a very extremely unfortunate thing. Like I said, I don't wish it on nobody because ain't no coming back from that. No. Like there's no coming back from it. No matter how much I disagree, I wouldn't wish it on nobody.
Yeah. And then on top of that, his kids had to see that. His wife had to see it. His family had to see it. We have family members we disagree with, so I don't know where the family members stand on a lot of his issues, but they're still his family. You wouldn't want anybody to really go with that. I always wish that I can have a conversation with Charlie Kirk so he can really understand, like, what you believe isn't really...
You know why I couldn't? I saw like a couple of the clips of, like, how he does his debates.
Yeah.
He's the person that I can't argue with. And what I mean by that is, like, you know when you're essentially right about something And instead of a person just saying, oh, damn, I see where you're coming from, they try to grasp at another straw.
Yeah.
That really irritates me, because it's like, if we're going down the street this way and you like, oh, let's walk down this block. Nah, bro, we're walking down this street. I don't want to walk down that block. Like, and that's why I could debate whoever. Like, we can have a go back and forth with ideas. I can't have a debate with somebody who's trying to bait me into not debating, but getting angry. Like, they're trying to poke the bear.
Literally.
And I know, and we're not having now it's not a discussion, and now I'm going to get not aggressive, but I'm going to feel like you're being condescending to me, and you're trying to rile me up, and because of it, I'm going to just have to walk away. But he would be the type to be like, oh, you can't handle the heat. You see, that's the shit that make me, I can't do that. I couldn't do it.
And that's why I stepped in, because I'm all for that.
You are. You are, son.
I'm all for that.
You are.
And my thing is, I'm not the smartest person in the world. I don't pretend to know everything. I just know what I know. My name is LaShawn Russell Jr. I have a bachelor's degree in sociology. In that sociology degree, it was a concentration on criminology. I also minored in political science. So those are things that puts me in a position to where I can speak on these type of things, because it's literally my life. My grandmother involved us in politics all of our lives. Told you my grandmother used to work for Cory Booker. Mm-hmm. I know people. I used to work for Senator Ron Rice, rest in peace.
Yeah.
I'm currently a district leader in the Central Ward of North New Jersey. This is what I'm into. Mm-hmm. This is what brings me joy, because it's just in going to school for sociology in itself, I'm watching how people move in groups and how people and cultures act and react to certain things, so I can understand better, so I can learn and not disrespect anyone. That's how you're supposed to use that. Mm-hmm. It's not the same thing, but I also was eventually going to become a social worker, which is almost trying to elevate people and put them in positions to understand that there's more to whatever they're going through, so that it doesn't bring them down to a place of depression or anger or angst or just hatefulness. Mm-hmm. So I bring all that up so people can understand. This is why I speak to these situations as much as I do, because what MAGA is as a totality is basically what you said. They're just walking gaslighters. They know they don't speak on facts. They speak on pure how they feel. But to make how they feel come to life, they have to somewhat lie to themselves. And if a person starts to lie to themselves, then they'll start to believe that lie, which then ultimately is going to lie to you. So then when somebody like me steps in and then catch them in that lie, what do they have to do? Now they're going to try to double down and then change the subject, and then try to push it and deflect it into something that is not. And then now there's this back and forth. But a motherfucker like me,
who be having time
to do it, I'm going to go back and forth with you.
Yeah.
And the sucky part, going back to Charlie Kirk, the sucky part about what happened to him, outside of his family happened to see that horrible fucking video that's been online, I'm now dealing with a lot of Christian friends. I'm going to call them friends, because the 4 people I've had conversations with about this, even though it started off as disagreements, I understood where they were coming from, and they understood where I was coming from. And those conversations ended with all of them knowing, like, yo, this does not mean I don't rock with you. Because I get it. I understand that where you're coming from is from a place of holiness. It's from a place of God. It's from a place of your faith. But it is sacrilegious to preach the gospel, but to not truly follow it. Because I don't know about you, Dante. We're not the most religious, but we both believe in God, correct?
Correct.
Does God preach you to show you a light to be hateful to people?
Nah, he shows me that, you got to have that kindness, you know? Like, that's why even now it's not, like, I know people who have been out there, like, celebratory about this. And it's like, this is not a celebratory thing, not just because of what happened, but it's like, look at the deeper thing of what's going on. Like, this goes back to the original point of what most of us have in this country specifically, gun control. Like, you take a person's status out of it. This is a person who got killed by a gun on top of a school getting shot up by somebody who had a gun.
In an area that he's supposed to be comfortable in.
And this is, again, it's deeper. And that's
in a state that has open gun laws with no restrictions.
And that's why it's like, I get why some people, you know, they might look at what you're saying as like, oh, you know, he's feeling one way or the other based on how you look at shit or whatever. The whole reason why I get upset about not being able to have those conversations is because the reason why so many of us disagree and all of these other things keep happening is because nobody listens anymore.
Yeah.
So when this thing happened at the schools, and that, not even just what happened in Colorado, all of the other, we talking Columbines, all of these school shootings, we've been saying it forever. Yo, we're not saying get rid of things. We're just saying, is there another way we can go about doing it? Y'all don't even want to listen.
No.
So because you're not listening, you push what you want and nothing changes. And here we are now. This is a really tragic event. Absolutely. There are many tragic events where this happens. There's, I was talking to my cousin, right? He lives out in New York. He said getting a shotgun is very simple. Mm-hmm. You know what's hard to get for some reason? A handgun. Mm-hmm. You can go online and buy an AR. And they'll send it to you. You're good. Because you don't need a license for that, at least in New York. Mm-hmm. But you need a license for a handgun. It's shit like that that makes me go, if we could all just stop this whole like, oh, you're hating and you hate this. And y'all are feeling a way about what happened, right? This is how we feel when it happens to us. This is how other denominations feel when it happens to them. Religious it happens in general.
Yeah.
This is the moment where we could all be like, yo, we told y'all. Now, can y'all see what we saying? But that's not the conversations that people want to have because now, again, everybody's separate on, oh, you're doing this and you think it's funny and you did. Yo, if y'all just stop all pointing fingers and laughing at what's going on, instead saying, yo, this is a real problem that we are now all, bro, this is a politician. This is not some random dude down the block. This is...
I mean, technically, he's not a politician.
I mean, technically, no, you're right. He's in the political circle. But I'm saying in the sense of, like, if you were to see him and Shapiro in the same room, you would understand and be like, oh, yeah, those are two political figures. Yeah. That's how some people would look at it. Mm-hmm. But we are now at a place where it doesn't matter, essentially, what you are or who you are. Because, like, yo, if we want to, we can. Because here we are in America. Just, I could go online. Yo, there's some states you could go to Walmart, bro. Like some of them down south states, you could go over to Walmart and just go pick up what you want.
And
that's crazy.
Listen,
that's crazy.
The tongue is a powerful thing. A couple of months ago, there was another school shooting. Mm-hmm. They asked him about it. And he literally said, sometimes shootings happen. That does not mean we should take away the rights that the Second Amendment provides to us. And look what happened to him.
Hey, listen.
And he literally, as he was getting killed, was basically speaking on gun violence, and then trying to perpetrate this idea that it only really happens with black people and gang members. I want to make this clear. I want to make this clear, abundantly clear, vividly clear. Liquidly clear.
Liquidly.
I'm not happy what happened to me. I'm not dancing on it. Mm-hmm. This isn't something that I'm like, oh, well, it should have happened. No. Am I sad about it? No. Am I going to mourn Charlie Kirk? No. It's hard for me to do that when this man is openly admitted to hating people just because they look like me.
And that's, for me, is why I don't listen to when everybody's saying those things. Because The same way that they're so upset about, oh, you guys are dancing, or not me, but people are dancing and happy because someone got killed over their freedom of speech. It's like, I was just talking to you and Marv about this. When George Floyd was killed, he went on to call him a scumbag and all these other things, and that's his First Amendment right. No one condemned him. No one condemned him. No one said, oh, you shouldn't say those things. We're not saying, oh, join in the street. But do you want me to sit here and go like, oh, man, I'm really sad? I'm not. And the reason why is because I didn't have a gravitational pull towards that makes me want to say like, yeah, I'm so happy that, I'm not happy that it happened. I'm not going to walk around and go, oh, tomorrow I won't be at work, everybody. Got to take a personal day. Nah, it's not going to be one of those. Because like we said before, I've said this on shows before, I give the energy that I get. So, if you're not rocking with me, cool, it's no bad blood. Like, I don't have no animosity towards you. But then that also means I don't have a feeling towards it.
That's plain and simple.
Hate is a feeling, love is a feeling. I don't have either which one. I'm chilling. So and I'm saying this, Sean ain't saying this. If people want to get upset that we feel a certain way, that would be like me getting upset that you feel a way. Because you feel how you feel, I feel how I feel. I'm not condemning it. I'm not saying that it's great that it happened. But I'm also not going around here, because then that would be being fake to me. I don't agree with the things that he did. So now I'm not going to be he's no longer going to be spewing those things. He's no longer going to be saying them. Mm-hmm. So now I no longer have to hear it.
But and that's the issue in itself. And what I'm learning is that, I'm not speaking of those who truly didn't know his rhetoric. Like I said, the couple of people I spoke to didn't know about that racist ass side because Charlie was really good on posting it in places that he know where people like me would find it. Now, if you're not really into the politics and don't follow a lot of political figures, you truly would never know that he spoke to all this racist shit. But this is my problem with social media in itself. People live in this world to where they act as if they act like something doesn't exist, it won't happen or it won't affect them.
Out of sight, out of mind.
And that's not true with everything. So when I see people who I know would never rock with that, then post like, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. So like, such a God-fearing man. And then I respond, I'm like, I don't think you know how hateful he actually was. How racist he was, how homophobic he was, how Islamophobic
how bigoted
he was.
How the way he talk about women is ridiculous.
And literally, all this shit is put on tape. Like, this is not things we're fabricating. He said these things.
You can find them. It's really easy to find them. Really easy.
So it's like, at what point do you feel like you shouldn't praise someone without really truly knowing? It's the same reason when we talked about Hulk Hogan a couple episodes ago, and then the workout guy Joey, the one that's always complaining about people recording and then asking people to get the videos. I don't know his whole name. Joey Swole or some shit. Hulk Hogan died. Joey Swole jumped on his live with a Hulk Hogan outfit on. Mm-hmm. So when people started explaining to him like, yo, do you understand how racist Hulk Hogan was? Instead of him accepting what people were saying to him, he started to deny it. And then it wasn't until he got like thousands of people unfollowing him to when he was like, oh, I'm sorry.
Because then it started to hurt his pockets.
And now it's like, it going to the religion side of it. Just because someone posts the Bible quotes and tells you how much they love the Lord does not hide their wickedness.
Oh, for sure.
Dante.
For sure.
I was up here singing that song. It resonates with me. Because the last couple of words of that song is what? No one mourns the wicked. I cannot find a part of me that's like sad about what happened because this man is truly wicked. And he's the most evilest of wicked to me because he spews nothing but hatred and then hides his hand behind, well, I go to church every Sunday and I pray every day with my family. And I have all these Christian values that makes me follow the path of Jesus. But yet, he's telling you that the Lord's creations that don't look like him don't matter. You can't.
And that's not, it don't say that in the Bible
It does
at
not.
all. It doesn't say
You
that you're the one
can't,
who can judge anything that you'd like based on what you feel or what you want to just talk about. And again, the way I feel about it is this. We've already said it. I don't agree with anything about it. But the whole weaponizing religion, because that's essentially what happens.
Yeah.
Like, you say this, we've heard it before. You see it in movies, you see it on whatever. People say things like, oh, if you're gay, you're going to burn in hell because the Lord didn't do. All of those people, those are not religious people. Those are churchgoers. They may read the Bible, but they weaponize it in a way where they say, oh no, it clearly doesn't say that you can, so you must not be able to. I've read the Bible enough to know, there's actually interpretation in there, and what you're doing is trying to insert something that's not there.
And then where they fall in line at, because now it's like you're doing that. That's exactly what they're doing. They're trying to twist it to make it seem like it fits their narrative. And then I'll ask you people who do that, what's the difference between someone who looks like Charlie Kirk doing that than Osama bin Laden doing that with the Quran?
Oh, no, it's different.
It's different.
It's different. But how is it different? Their belief, or what he believes to be true, is what he believes. That's literally how he led his life. So again, this is like if I just knew somebody randomly on the street. You don't have to like everybody. To quote the famous Cameron, niggas die every day, B. Like, I'm not trying to say it in a bad way, but yo, we're at a point in time where we know why, like, what we can do to fix these things. We know what we can do. But y'all don't want to do nothing about it. So it's like how I say about having disagreements or debates with people who don't want to listen. Bro, I don't care enough to keep going because y'all don't care enough. Because if you really did, something would have been changed.
Seriously.
Something would have been changed, but y'all don't care enough. So, yeah, I'm chilling. I'm chilling.
And in knowing that you guys don't care enough, what I need people to stop doing is, especially if you're not dealing with what we have to deal with as black men, as minorities in this country, please stop telling us how to feel about certain shit like this. Don't do it.
Don't tell me how to feel.
And if you
don't do that.
And if you truly don't know what we're getting at, then let's have a conversation. Let's talk.
That's it.
We don't have to yell. We don't have to scream. We could literally just, it's not a debate. We're talking. People keep speaking of this. Just because we have differences of opinion doesn't mean we can't be friends. But your differences of opinion can't fuck with my livelihood.
You can't be stepping on my character because now I'm
not even character.
No,
your difference of opinion literally means people who look like me will suffer.
I'm talking about on a character-based level for yourself because you know you wouldn't tolerate it, but now you choosing to tolerate it because I know you don't mean it. Nah, you said what you said, especially if we grown. Bro, I take everything face value.
Yeah.
If you say a certain thing, you said it, right? I'm not reading between no lines. I'm not looking for no underlying tones. Yo, I'm going by face value of what you say. Now, if you mean something different, bro, that's not what you said. What you said is this.
Yep.
So I'm going based off of what was said. I'm not going based off what you meant. I don't need nobody to, oh no, but what he meant to say. No. I heard what he said. I don't know. I don't care what he meant.
And he was a grown-ass man. He meant that shit.
And he meant every word, so... Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
I have friends from all different shades, creeds, colors, backgrounds. I don't have a hateful bone in my body. But I'm never going to be able to rock with somebody who literally only wants the world to work better for themselves and for the people who look like them. That'll never sit right with me. And if that bothers you so much, then I'm sorry, we can't be friends. We can't, because you're literally telling me because of one or two things you agree with a person, you're willing to look past everything. That's like me saying this guy shot my cousin. But since he's a Jets fan, I gotta be friends with him.
That's my boy.
That's
he coming
my
to
boy.
the cookouts.
Like, he's a season ticket
We about to go to the movies together.
like,
why? I thought he did. No. Hold on.
Yeah.
He a Jets fan. All right, so he a Jets fan.
He gets a pass. But ultimately, and the shit that bothers me the most when Christians do that is they don't realize that's the real reason why people become atheists.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe in the word when you're preaching people who literally you're praising people who literally spew hate on a daily basis. If I was a person who allowed my faith to waver, why would I then say, oh, I'm going to follow this faith when they're literally protecting people who protect pedophiles? Like, how?
But because it doesn't say in the Bible that you can't. So that's, again, that's where they start to find their wiggle room. It doesn't say you can't do that. So, yeah, that's not that bad, guys. Come on. And that's how, for me, when it comes to people who just, and I've seen it before too, where it's like, oh yeah, you know, the Lord says that we need to do blah, blah, blah. The first thing I say is, yeah, and the Lord says don't judge. He's the only one that can really judge.
Only one.
Yo, if you walk around here and you judge somebody, you're sinning. And people say like, oh no, but my sin isn't as bad as theirs. Guess what? The Lord don't care which sin is worse than the other. Because you know what? A sin is a sin. He don't give a damn if you stole, if you killed. A sin is a sin.
I had somebody telling me straight up how they don't agree with the homo sexual lifestyle while they were sitting there eating seafood and shrimp. I'm like, you do know the Bible says you can't eat shrimp, right? And they're just looking at me like, huh?
Nah, I didn't read that section. What section was that?
I missed that part.
Got the shrimp grease all on the page.
Put fucking
I missed that part.
the obey on it and shit. Like, you know you're not supposed to eat that, right? That's a sin.
Yeah, and that's why it's like
whole slap of bacon on their burger.
Yo, if you eat any version of the pig, ear, foot,
it's funny.
Belly, whatever,
it's funny.
You're sinning.
Because people associate not eating pork with Muslims, but in the Bible, it literally says you're not supposed to eat anything that'll eat anything. You're not supposed to eat those pigs.
No, but y'all go ahead and go out there and get, man, some good pork belly. I ain't gonna hold you though. I haven't had pork in stupid long.
Really?
Like stupid long. Cause when I first met Thanos, it was like a thing for her. Like she don't like not necessarily like, cause she doesn't eat pork.
Yeah.
So she didn't want me eating pork, and I'm trying to give her a kiss and stuff. You know, breath smell. So I always gotta do something. I was like, all right, I'll try it. Cause I was never like really big on it, bro. It's not really that big of a change for me. Like
it wasn't.
It was an easy transition.
And once again, that's learning cultures. Like I didn't eat a lot of pork until I started dating Grace because Filipinos, a lot of their dishes have pork
heavy.
in it.
Yeah.
So I don't go out and ever ask like, hey, I'm going with this pork dish. But at the same time, if I'm with a family, we have an event, they cook and something has pork in it, I'll eat it.
Yeah.
But that's because I'm not sitting up here picking and choosing.
Oh yeah.
What's bad and what's not.
Nah.
Listen,
I am not. I am the last person to judge something.
We all sin. We have to atone for our sins. What I'm not going to do is then pick and choose which sins I think are the worst and then hate you for it.
People go, oh no, I don't lie. I only tell little white lies. Guess what? There's no such thing as a white lie. Like, okay, people who came up with that phrase just want to lie and not feel bad about it. So it's just a little white lie. Yo, the word lie is in there. Okay, you're just trying to make yourself feel better.
And I promise you guys, we have to stop allowing people to hide behind God when they're just truthfully not good people.
Literally, yo, you know what I mean? I can run down his. Matter of fact, you brought him up. Hitler was literally like, no, basically the Lord told me that I need to do what I'm doing.
The Lord says that the master race is white, Aryan, like, blue-eyed men.
And that's why.
And crazy enough, he wasn't white. He wasn't blue-eyed.
And listen, controlling the masses, that's a whole other conversation that we could have a whole nother day.
That's why that's why people think Hitler was gay, right?
Yes. Yes, I heard about that. Yo.
Listen, before we jump up out of here, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I truthfully do believe, and it sucks that I believe this, but I do, and I'm not going to lie. I'm understand this is not what's actually happening. This is just how I feel.
And this is Sean's belief.
I'm not pushing this as...
And he didn't talk to me about this, so I have no idea what he's actually going to say.
I'm not pushing this as, oh, this is why it happened. It's just how I felt when it originally took place. There's so much shit going on. I truthfully feel like they're going to use this as a way to hide what's about to take place. Because The Epstein shit was about to blow up.
Now you're talking my language.
You see, we haven't talked about that shit in almost 72 hours.
I leave it alone because the last time I had a conspiracy, everybody was calling me crazy. It's like I'll keep my conspiracies to myself, but listen, do I think that you are insane for thinking that?
Nope.
We live in America, sir.
And you never know.
Nothing is too insane.
I shared the video earlier. It's kind of crazy that the government went full-fledged in making sure they broke up the Black Panther Party. The KKK actively still exists.
No, it doesn't. It's alongside racism. That's not real.
There's supposed to be a separation of church and state. Charlie Kirk got killed. What did they try to do in the rotunda? Let's pray for Charlie Kirk. We don't do that here. Listen, I do not. What happened to him was horrible. I did not wish that upon him, even with my strong. You know what? I'm not going to lie to you guys. I hated Charlie Kirk. But with that, I never wished for him to go out like that. I still wanted, I prayed and hoped that it would get to a point that somebody would just get through to him. I'm not one of those people who hold things against somebody forever. There's people in this world who were once racist, who understood it and accepted what people were saying to them, and they were able to change their life because of it. I'm a believer if somebody's actually putting, you spoke to this on a couple episodes ago. If you put the work in and you actively are trying to get away from stuff that you actually used to believe in, and then you start getting to a point where you're trying to become a better person, I'm going to allow you to become that better person.
You're trying.
I'm not going to hold it against you.
You're doing a lot of shit to actually make that happen.
And
you're not just saying it.
He was young enough to where he could potentially got to that point. Because he was only 31 years old. Yeah. We're older than Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
So for him to be that young and be that hateful and to have to go through what he had to go through, I don't wish that upon him. But that man is not a martyr. He wasn't a saint. Let's call it what it is. He was not a good person. I post what I post because I'm not going to allow people to believe because he was a husband, because he probably was a loving father, that negates all the shit that he put people through. Because believe it or not, even with him, but even without him being a political figure, Charlie Kirk had enough pull to literally help put horrible people in places that they shouldn't be in places of power. That's why one of the people he helped has been nonstop saying how great of a man he is, because they have to use. They're now going to attempt to use this man as a hero, as a martyr, because instead of going after the person who did this, what did this person get online and say right after it happened? He started blaming everyone who had nothing to do with it. And what happened? Charlie Kirk was murdered, assassinated by a white man. They have pictures of this guy online. They haven't found him yet, but they have the pictures of him. They know his movements. They just haven't found him yet. But yet, a huge chunk of HBCUs had to shut down their campuses the last couple of hours. My nephew goes to Delaware. They literally were on a lockdown last night. To where my sister was like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Yeah. We had nothing to do with this, but since he was so hateful towards us, guess who's now going to get attacked for it? That's my point. So when you didn't reach out to me and say, hey, we should make everything about race. We live in America. Everything is about race. And if you truly don't understand that, then you, my friend, are, what's the word? I called them that earlier. It wasn't stupid.
Okay, it wasn't that.
Oblivious.
You used a lot of words.
Don't be fucking oblivious. Don't be naive. Don't just think to yourself, if I turn a blind eye to this, it's not happening. Don't think to yourself, because I'm a different type of minority and I'm a Christian, that the things they're saying is not going to affect me. Because you know what's even crazier? The amount of Latino people that we follow and know personally, that was just up in arms about all this shit that's going on. It's mind-boggling to me, because outside of us, they hate you guys the most.
Good. I just got to speak up. That's what it is. Oh, okay. But yeah, I mean, well, you know how things were going during the political race. I can't say I'm all the way like surprised.
Yo, but
Look, you see what they were supporting.
yo,
Here we are.
it's crazy. And before we got there, I thought this was funny. Somebody took the scene from Remember the Titans, where Petey was yelling at Sunshine when they got kicked out of the restaurant, and it was like when the Democratic Latinos were yelling at the Trump supporters, and when it was like when your families get deported. And then the Trump supporters of Sunshine, they're like, I didn't know. And Petey is like, I told you, what you mean you didn't know? Yo, listen, if you want to understand race in America, watch Remember the Titans.
Oh,
because
yeah.
That's what it's supposed to work into. You're supposed to understand and accept that we're all different and come together.
That's it.
Come together. Like, I don't hate anybody for how they look. If I have a problem with you, it's because of who you are as a person. Inside. Not how you look. There's not one person on this planet that I don't like you because your face makes me mad.
Except Tony Romo. He's a very punchable face.
I always hated that statement. That's such a rude statement to me. You got a punchable face. The fuck? I can't help how I look. Listen, as human beings, we all have to do better. Mm-hmm. But we don't get better by lying to ourselves and acting like horrible people were good because they lie about who they truly are. And if we lie for them, then we stay in this revolving door of bullshit. You guys want me to be quiet on things because it makes you feel uncomfortable because you don't want to feel like you're being gaslighted. I'm sorry. I'm above that. I'm not allowing anybody who tells me because of how I look, because I can't control it, that I'm less than. I'm not going to fuck with you, and I'm not going to allow you to think you're right. And if that makes the people who want to sit on the sideline uncomfortable, stay on the fucking sideline and keep out of it. Plain and simple.
Boom. I guess with that being said, that's like a mic drop moment for Sean over there. So y'all heard it here first. With all that being said, we're going to catch y'all for another installment, another class session.
We're going to name this episode Broke Mike.
Yeah, it's a me thing. It's not a you thing. You know when they say, it's not me, it's you. Don't do it. Okay. Like that, it's good? Okay, cool. So yeah, as y'all can see, I'm getting podcasting 101 from our producer back there. So with all of that being said, even me mismanaging the mic, y'all see my hands at my side. No talent beats.
We're going to do top 3. I'm joking.
I was about to say, bro, what? Mark about to sit there and be like, all right, this episode, he going to play the music for us. But with that being said, we're going to catch y'all next time for the next installment. No talent beats. Play us out, brother.
Hey, peace to the world. I wish everybody a good night, good evening, and nothing but peace, love, happiness.
That's it.
Enjoy. And
we can all be at peace.
I mean that from the bottom of my heart. That's all I want for everybody.
Peace and love. Or as they used to say, peace, love, and
chicken grease. I'm hungry.
I see. We won't get into that. Ha. Yo, you matched the couch low key. Right?
Shout out the Ruckus.
You low key got the red and black going and shit.